Good day, traders, and welcome to this week's episode of Crypto Vibes with Vault. Today, I'll be primarily covering the macro perspective or the macro picture of Bitcoin and Ethereum and look at some of the possibilities or setups that might be brewing from a swing trading perspective. So, you might have seen in our Telegram updates that we've been taking a lot of shorts in altcoins because the market structure is kind of bearish and we've been short selling a lot of alts. So we did take a few longs as well, but for every long we took, we kind of took 3 shorts to cover that up. So we've been doing fairly well, even though like a lot of traders have been getting liquidated or losing a lot of money, but we're kind of doing all right. So let's look at Bitcoin. So this is the monthly range or the monthly range within which Bitcoin has been moving since like June last year. So one can arguably say that from a market structure standpoint, this was a high, this is a low. Then this high got broken, formed a higher high, and now are we forming a higher low? From a bullish perspective, this would be really bullish for Bitcoin if this is a higher low. But if it is a higher low, I'm not really sure. This remains to be seen unless we kind of break above mid-range and move higher. Then that will confirm a higher low and we can target higher prices. But for now, it is coming down at a level of demand. And so yeah, any tap at this level, somewhere anywhere around this level, is kind of should hold in my opinion. So this is the level of demand on the monthly. As you can see, whenever price has tapped this region, it has been bought up fairly quickly. So I'd be looking at opportunities if there is an aggressive sell-off into these levels. My ideal scenario would be like this is a low and this is the range low. So any move into these lows at this level of demand, form a deviation below, reclaim this level, then that presents that would be a really bullish scenario, and I'll be looking to position myself in a lot of longs. Second scenario that I'm watching is a break below this level and price continues to sell off, clears these lows, deviates below, then reclaims this level and then moves higher. So this is the ultimate scenario or the most extreme scenario that I'm looking for. But if it happens or if it presents itself remains to be seen, or do we just get a front run of both these levels, move higher, then move below, front run it again, move higher and then sweep this low. So I'm not really sure what is going to happen, but these are some of the scenarios that I'll be looking for from a swing trading perspective. What happens if price does not tap these levels? So I'll be waiting for a reclaim of the mid-range, because as you can see in the multiple time frames that it has acted as a significant level of resistance. On the weekly we can see it tried to push higher multiple times, got rejected, and this week's candle also not looking too pleasing to the eyes. You can see the massive rejection at this level. So pretty significant level this, and once it reclaims, then obviously we can talk about higher prices. But for now, things are not looking too good for Bitcoin, especially considering the selling that we saw after the initial or after the move higher early in the week. So this is the monthly, and this just below the monthly is the weekly level. So any selling into these levels, sweep these lows, reclaim, bounce at this level, I'd be looking to position myself in shorts. I'll be looking to position myself in longs, targeting this level of resistance and then the mid-range. So that's the monthly and weekly covered. I think from a bearish perspective, if we do not see any bounce at this level, If price moves at this level, consolidates instead of moving higher, sweeps the highs formed at this level, break below this low, and then finds acceptance below this low, and that obviously means that we're going for these lows next. And if these lows give way, then there should be like a lot of carnage in the marketplace. One thing to keep in mind is that this is like a time to be very cautious in the market because of the stuff that's going on, the geopolitical stuff that's been going on between Russia and Ukraine. So the large investors are kind of in a risk-off environment, which means that the institutional traders or large funds are not really looking to position themselves in high-risk assets such as cryptocurrencies. That's why you see gold is pumping and equities and stocks are kind of selling off really hard. So the safe haven for now is considered, or gold is considered as a safe haven for these large investors. So just wanted to put it out there. I've covered the monthly, I've covered the weekly. Let's look at the daily. See, on the daily as well, the mid-range has been acting as a significant level of resistance, moved higher. Once it broke below, price tried to move higher, got rejected aggressively into the level of support that I just highlighted on the weekly. Tried to push higher again, swept these highs, then the aggressive sell-off into the higher time frame level of support that we had. So on a daily, if we are to be bullish and if we are to see a bounce, then I think that this level has to be it. Not this level. So this level or this consolidation has to be it. Last week I had talked about this level of demand, and if price was to move higher, it had to be at this level. We did wick lower, straight into the weekly level of support, and then price rallied higher, just as we expected. So now I'm expecting some sort of release, some sort of relief bounce from this level because we are at a fresh level of daily demand. So what ideally I'm looking for on the daily is that this level holds, price then starts to move higher, taps this level again, then a minor sell-off instead of a harsh rejection which kind of breaks all these levels of support. I'm expecting what I'd like to see, a minor sell-off, then try to push it higher, another sell-off forming another higher low, and then we ultimately reclaim this level and break higher. So this is what I'm looking for on the daily, because see, this level has been tested multiple times, and the more times the level is tested, the weaker it becomes. So watch out for something like this on the daily, and once it reclaims mid-range, then we can target higher prices. These highs, this level of resistance, these highs, and then ultimately range high. That is what I'll be expecting from a bullish perspective. So again, if we are to see a sell-off, I talked about the monthly and the weekly level. So on a daily, just to narrow it down further, if this breaks, these lows are next then on Bitcoin. So covered both the bearish and the bullish scenario on Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum. So I'll try to keep it short for Ethereum. This is the monthly here. We are going deeper into the level of monthly demand. As you can see that this has shown its significance in the past as well. So every time price has wicked or moved into this level, it has been brought up fairly quickly. So would be expecting this to hold from a macro perspective, and then move into this level of resistance, and what happens over here remains to be seen. So this is the monthly. If we, however, or if the selling continues and this level doesn't hold, so obviously these lows on Ethereum are very clean. So this is the next drawn liquidity if the selling continues. So sweep this low, deviates below, reclaim the level, and then we can talk about higher prices. Similarly, break this level, find acceptance below, consolidate, then obviously, it's going for these lows next. So this is what I am looking for on the monthly perspective. I'm not even looking for what happens when this level breaks, because that's too far-fetched or too far in the future to foresee right now or to predict. So we'll talk about Ethereum when it comes at this level, or when we'll talk about Ethereum at these prices when it comes at this level. So for now, I'm just looking at this level and these lows. So that's the monthly. Let's look at weekly. So a pretty trash looking candle on the weekly as well. This was the level of resistance that I had highlighted in my previous episode. Price wicked into it twice and then the harsh rejection. So I guess from the weekly perspective, if price manages or if price sells off towards this level, then obviously this is the most likely scenario that we would see. Take out these lows into the level of weekly support, and then we can talk about at least this level here as a level of resistance. So that is it for the weekly that I'm watching right now. Yeah, so expecting weekly to hold and these lows to be taken next, but who knows what's going to happen. This is what I'm watching. So daily. Yes, again, so in the previous video, I had talked about this consolidation bottom as the level that should hold and see price push higher. And that's exactly what happened. It did, again, just like Bitcoin, it did wick lower, but both Bitcoin and Ethereum never broke below these level of support that were formed around early or late January. So again, from a market structure standpoint, you can understand that these are lower highs and lower lows being formed. So market structure doesn't look too good, but again, we are at a key pivot. So I would be expecting a move higher, but again, from a bullish or to flip my bias as bullish, it has to reclaim this high. Unless it does that, I'll be bearish in Bitcoin and I'll still be looking to sell short rallies. So again, because this has been tapped multiple times, if price does do something like this, tap into any, let me just clean it out a bit and then talk about it. So yeah, if price does manage to push higher from here without sweeping all these lows from this pivot, tap any sort of resistance that we might have at this level and comes back down, then I'll be expecting it to break. I mean, it would be highly likely that this breaks, and what's next? These lows and these lows, easy. So plan for Ethereum is pretty easy, expecting this to hold. If not, then these lows and these lows. Simple idea on Ethereum as well. So yeah, so I'll keep it short for Ethereum. We've covered both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Hope you guys found this insightful. And we're on Twitter now, so please like, follow, share, subscribe, show some love, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers, everybody.